What if I told you that the cars you see in Japan are often pushed far beyond 500,000 miles, with some even hitting the legendary 1 million mile mark? The secret isn't in some magical Japanese gasoline or ultra-perfect highways. It's in the way drivers and mechanics treat their cars. In this video, we are pulling back the curtain on the 11 Japanese secrets that will make your car last over 1 million miles. Stick around until the end, because these are habits that could easily double the life of your own car. Let's get started. Secret number 11, respect for warm-up and cool-down. In Japan, drivers are deeply disciplined about how they treat their engines when starting and shutting down. Instead of jumping into the car, cranking the ignition, and flooring the gas, they allow their engines a brief warm-up. Why? Because cold oil is thicker, and if you rev too soon, you're essentially scraping metal against metal inside your engine. The Japanese secret is letting the oil circulate fully before applying stress. The same principle applies when shutting down, especially on turbocharged cars. Mechanics recommend letting the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds so the turbo can cool down gradually. This small ritual dramatically reduces engine wear, prevents premature turbo failure, and extends the life of critical components. Secret number 10, gentle driving philosophy. Japanese car culture emphasizes respect for the road, for other drivers, and for the machine itself. That's why their driving style is far gentler than what you often see elsewhere. Instead of flooring the gas at every green light, they accelerate smoothly. Instead of slamming on the brakes, they anticipate stops and slow down gradually. They even use engine braking intelligently, which reduces wear on brake pads and keeps the transmission stress-free. This calm driving style might look simple, but it's one of the most powerful secrets behind Japanese car longevity. Hard driving strains the transmission, wears down seals, overheats fluids, and puts stress on nearly every moving part. But gentle driving preserves everything, from the smallest gasket to the biggest drivetrain component. Secret number 9. Frequent fluid refresh, not just refill. In the West, many drivers only think about fluids when a warning light comes on or the reservoir runs dry. But in Japan, the philosophy is completely different. Japanese drivers and mechanics routinely pop the hood, inspecting oil, coolant, transmission fluid, brake fluid, and even windshield washer fluid. The key isn't just topping up, but also paying attention to color, smell, and texture, since these reveal early signs of trouble. For example, burnt-smelling transmission fluid means overheating, while cloudy brake fluid shows moisture contamination. By catching these changes early, Japanese drivers prevent breakdowns long before they happen. Think about it. Just 2 minutes with the hood open can save you thousands of dollars and years of extra car life. Secret number 8. Timing belt before failure, not after. In the US, many people drive until something breaks. But in Japan, the culture is about staying ahead. Timing belts are a prime example. These belts keep your engine's valves and pistons in sync, and if one snaps, it can completely destroy an engine in seconds. Japanese mechanics replace timing belts before they are due to fail, often a little earlier than the manufacturer suggests. It might feel unnecessary, but this change-early mindset prevents catastrophic repairs. That's why in Japan, you'll rarely hear of an engine being scrapped over a snapped belt. The idea is simple. Better to spend a little now than thousands later. Secret number 7. Suspension care like a ritual. In most countries, drivers ignore suspension until something feels wrong, such as the ride gets bumpy or the car starts pulling. But in Japan, suspension is treated with the same care as the engine. Mechanics regularly inspect struts, shocks, bushings, and joints, making sure everything is tight, lubricated, and aligned. They even apply protective coatings to metal parts to guard against rust. Why? Because suspension doesn't just provide comfort. It keeps the car's entire frame, wheels, and tires healthy. A weak suspension allows vibrations to spread through the car, rattling everything from the dashboard to the chassis, causing long-term wear. By treating suspension like a ritual, Japanese cars maintain that new car smoothness even after hundreds of thousands of miles. It's not just comfort, it's longevity. Secret number 6. Cooling system overhauls. Ask any mechanic what kills engines, and overheating will be near the top of the list. That's why Japanese mechanics don't just add coolant and forget about it. They overhaul the entire cooling system at regular intervals. They flush out old coolant before it loses its ability to regulate heat, replace hoses and clamps that might burst, and often swap thermostats to keep them reliable. The thinking is simple. A $20 part like a hose is usually what fails, not the radiator itself. And one small failure can warp a cylinder head or blow a gasket, which can cost you thousands. By treating the cooling system as a complete network rather than a single part, Japanese drivers nearly eliminate overheating disasters. This is why their engines remain healthy enough to chase that million-mile milestone. Secret number 5. Oil changes based on use, not just mileage. One of the biggest differences between Japanese car care and the way many drivers maintain their vehicles is how they handle oil changes. In the West, drivers often follow a rigid rule like every 5,000 or 7,500 miles, no matter what kind of driving they do. But Japanese mechanics know that oil doesn't age only with miles. It ages with conditions. A car that does mostly short trips, stop-and-go traffic, or frequent idling in the city breaks down oil far faster than a car cruising smoothly on highways. That's why in Japan, oil changes are scheduled based on how the car is used, not just the numbers on the odometer. By respecting oil as the lifeblood of the engine and matching changes to actual driving style, Japanese drivers give their cars the best chance of reaching 500,000 miles, or even that legendary million-mile milestone. Secret number 3. Engine air filter reset. Japanese mechanics treat the air filter as the lungs of the engine. Instead of waiting until it's clogged and choking performance, they swap it out regularly, sometimes even earlier than the manufacturer's schedule if the car is driven in dusty conditions. But here's the real secret. After replacement, they don't just leave it there. They perform what's known as an ECU air-fuel trim reset, allowing the car's computer to relearn fuel delivery based on the fresh airflow. This prevents the engine from running rich or lean and keeps combustion perfectly balanced. That balance not only saves fuel, but prevents carbon buildup in the intake and pistons, which is a major killer of long-term engine health. Secret number 2. Battery and charging system audit. Batteries are one of the most neglected components in the West, but Japanese mechanics see them as the foundation of a car's electrical health. At milestone services like 100,000 miles, they don't just test the battery, they perform a full audit of the charging system. That means checking alternator output under different electrical loads, inspecting voltage drop across cables, and cleaning hidden corrosion at the terminals. A weak charging system silently shortens the life of sensors. By catching these issues early, Japanese mechanics prevent a cascade of electrical gremlins that would normally push older cars off the road. Secret number 1. Use of top-quality fuel. In Japan, drivers don't see fuel as just fuel. They see it as the lifeblood of their engines. That's why they consistently choose high-quality gasoline from trusted stations, even if it costs a little more. Cheap or low-grade fuel often contains impurities and fewer detergents, which can cause carbon buildup inside injectors, valves, and pistons over time. Japanese mechanics know that once carbon builds up, it reduces fuel efficiency, increases emissions, and stresses the engine. By using premium, cleaner-burning fuel, Japanese drivers prevent this silent enemy from ever taking hold. Over hundreds of thousands of miles, this simple choice keeps combustion chambers clean, fuel injectors spraying evenly, and catalytic converters lasting longer. That's all for this video. So, what's the real Japanese secret? It's not magic, it's mindset. These rituals transform a car from a disposable machine into a lifelong companion, one capable of reaching 1,000,000 miles or more. See you in the next video.